If you're a first-time cruiser, I already know you probably have a million questions running through your head. Because trust me, when I started helping my daughter and my best friend get ready for their cruises, the first thing they both asked me was, what do I pack? Once you start thinking about it, it turns into even more questions like, can I bring this on the trip? Do I need a passport? What documents do I need? What should I pack in my carry-on? And honestly, it can feel a little overwhelming when you've never done it before. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what you really need to pack for your first cruise, what you should keep with you on embarkation day, what documents you need, and a few things you might not even think about until it's too late. My goal is to make this simple, so by the end of this video, you feel prepared, confident, and ready to actually enjoy your cruise instead of stressing over your suitcase. So grab a notebook, start making your list, and let's get into everything you need to pack for your first cruise. Welcome back to the Accidental Cruiser. If you're new here, my name is Selena. I'm a semi-solo cruiser who loves cruising and is sharing my journey towards full-time cruise life, along with ship tours, port tours, cruise tips, and honest reviews. Before we even talk about clothes, shoes, makeup, fans, or anything else, we need to talk about your important documents. Make sure you have your passport or birth certificate and ID, your boarding pass, and anything else your cruise line requires. I personally always recommend traveling with a passport if you have one, and make sure you check the expiration date way before you cruise. Also, be sure to keep these documents in your carry-on bag, not in the suitcase you hand over to the port, because once they take that suitcase, you may not see it again until later that day. One mistake the first-time cruisers make is not checking the expiration date on their passport. There is a 6-month passport rule, which means your passport must be valid at least 6 months after the end of your trip. So not 6 months before you start traveling. Now, once your documents are handled, the next thing you need to think about is how many days and nights your cruise actually is. Because packing for a 3-day cruise is not the same as packing for a 7-day cruise. And packing for a 7-day cruise is definitely not the same as packing for a back-to-back cruise. You also want to think about how many sea days you have versus how many port days you have. A sea day outfit is usually going to look different from a port day outfit. On sea days, you may be going to breakfast, walking around the ship, sitting by the pool, going to trivia, relaxing, or just exploring the ship. But on port days, you may be walking a lot, going to the beach, doing an excursion, shopping, or getting on and off transportation. So you want to pack with your actual itinerary in mind. For example, if you have 3 port days, you probably need comfortable walking shoes or sandals, maybe a beach outfit, a small bag for excursions, and clothes that are easy to change in and out of. If you have more sea days, you may want more casual ship outfits, swimsuits, cover-ups, or comfortable clothes for just hanging around. Now, this brings me to another mistake that first-time cruisers usually make, and that is not finding out if there are any theme nights on their actual cruise. Because depending on your cruise line, you may have different theme nights or parties. For example, Carnival has things like Elegant Night, 80s night, silent night party, white night, deck parties, and other themed events depending on the sailing. You do not have to participate in every theme night. You can pick and choose which ones seem appealing to you. Now, on my first cruise, I wanted the full glam moment. I had the big dress, the sparkle, the rhinestones, all of it. And was it cute? Yes. Did it take up way too much room in my suitcase? Also, yes. Now, I still like dresses that shine, but I try to choose ones that are lightweight, easy to pack, and do not wrinkle easily. Now, one of the biggest tips I can give you is to choose clothes that you can mix and match, especially for sea days. I like to pick neutral bottoms like black pants, black shorts, neutral skirts, or something like that that can go with multiple tops. And I promise you, nobody is going to notice that you wore the same pair of pants twice. Nobody is sitting on the ship keeping track like, wait a minute, didn't she wear those black pants on Tuesday? Okay, so now we're getting to the part where some long-term cruisers might disagree with me on, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Come a little closer. Okay. A little closer. A little closer. Now let me tell you a secret. If this is your first cruise, I give you permission to overpack. Yes, I said it. I said it. Overpack. 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 Okay, now hear me out. Everybody online is going to tell you, pack a carry-on, you're bringing too much, don't bring this, bring that. But most of those people have already done multiple cruises. They already know what they need and what they want on a cruise. You are a first-time cruiser. You do not know this yet. You don't know what you are going to wish you had. You don't know what is going to make you feel comfortable or not feel comfortable. You don't know what your personal cruise routine is yet. So for your first cruise, I say, pack what you use every day at home. Pack what you feel like is going to make your vacation more enjoyable. Okay, but I'm not saying pack your whole entire house. What I am saying is do not stress yourself out about this minimalistic packing trend that is going on. This is your first cruise. It is supposed to be something that you enjoy. You want to have fun. You want to have everything with you that makes you feel comfortable. If that is a favorite pillow, a favorite blanket, fuzzy socks that you love, bring it with you. One of the worst feelings is not enjoying your vacation because you realized something you really wanted or needed was at home because you were scared that somebody was going to say you overpacked. This is how I came up with my packing list for myself after my second cruise. My first cruise, I overpacked. I packed everything I thought that I would want or need, and I did not care about these hacks or anything else about a carry-on suitcase. I didn't care about that. I wanted to enjoy my vacation. I wanted my favorite lip gloss, my fuzzy socks, my things that, yeah, maybe they aren't a necessity, but for me, that's what I needed. This ball gown outfit took almost a whole suitcase, but it was worth it. I made memories that night that will last forever. All right, so here is my tip for all you first-time cruisers when it comes to packing and overpacking. If you haven't already, I invite you to please hit the subscribe button. It's free for you to do, and it really helps my channel grow. Thank you. What you are going to do is you are going to pack your suitcases the way you want to pack them. You are also going to pack a bag, like a garbage bag type of thing, inside your suitcase. What you are going to do is throughout your cruise, anything that you do not use or you realize you don't want, put it in the bag. What's going to happen is when you get home, everything inside that bag is things that you know, okay, next time I go on my cruise, I don't really need this. Everything that is not in that bag, congratulations, there's your packing list. Now I know I'm already going to hear a lot of people talking in the comments about, oh, but it costs so much to bring suitcases and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I understand that. But to me, you just spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on this vacation. You did that because you want to have fun and you want to enjoy yourself, right? So why not budget in there an extra $45 to $100, depending on how many suitcases you are bringing, so that you can actually do that and so that you can actually give yourself a little bit of leeway for at least one cruise to be able to figure out what it is you specifically need and want on your cruise. Anyone who is a longtime cruiser who tries to tell you they did not overpack for their very first cruise, they're lying. I don't believe them. We all have done it. On your very first cruise, you have no idea what it is that you need or want. Now, I will tell you, there are things that I feel like are a necessity on every cruise, and I'm going to share that with you next. I will have links to these items listed in my description below. Okay, you guys, I am all packed for my 2.5 months worth of cruising for this summer. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It's free for you and it helps me out. Also, be sure to hit the notification button so you will be notified the minute I upload my next video. Like I said, I got a whole summer full of videos for you. Also, let me know down in the comments if you would like me to do a video about how to do back-to-back cruises. It's something that I enjoy doing, and I want to know if you guys would be interested in it too. And if you have done back-to-back cruises, let me know. Did you enjoy it? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Thank you so much for watching my video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Until next time, remember, life's too short to wait for happiness to happen.